Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, of course, your host on Inspire Nation, along with
Ruru.
Rue. Yep.
And Jessica.
Oh, I was going to say I'm anonymous. So we wanted to, each week we've been asking for the last couple weeks. Actually, first off, I'm so happy that you're here tonight. This is like week number 2 out of ever. So it's really cool. But we're coming up with a theme weekly based on your questions, and then Jessica reading and asking some of your questions on air to me. And so this week is around angelic signs and symbols. And so we have some questions prepared from people asking from last week, from Monday night, from our School of Mystics class on Wednesday.
On Facebook, on Instagram.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you have questions related to this topic, feel free to put them in the chat. And if there's time, key point, if there's time, we would love to answer your questions as well. And for you, we get a lot of signs and symbols. Don't worry, I'm not asking a question. But if there is an example that comes up when you're asking me a question, feel free to go, Michael, do you remember the time the feather fell from the sky or whatever? And hopefully after this glazed
or when
look,
the chicken crossed the road
and ended up right here behind us having an evening snack. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's all.
Right.
We're going to have fun. Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Tanya and Aya, for running the chat as well. All right, let's dive in.
You ready for the first question?
No, but that never stopped us.
Okay, from Flo. When there's a decision to make that is life-changing and so big and you pray, ask the angels and guides, ask for signs, and you hear and see answers, but it keeps changing, and you get so confused it's hard to know if it's me or guidance. I also got answers from a medium I truly trust, and then got conflicting, very obvious signs also.
So this makes sense to me. I'll kind of decipher. It was a beautiful question, Flo. What Flo is asking is when you pray and ask the angels and guides, and you get very clear evidence one way, and then it appears that you get clear evidence another way, or you get clear evidence from one medium and then clear evidence in a different way from another medium. How in the world do you tell what's going on? And it's interesting because the briefest example is we were trying to decipher everything. I hope it's okay that I share this.
I think I know where you're going. And we got sort of conflicting readings from different mediums.
Yeah. So the backstory here is we ran into challenges when we were gestating twins a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And we ended up at Children's Hospital of Philly. And they're saying that either one or both of your twins may not make it. And both Jessica and I are stepping back, and that we needed to take immediate action. Both Jessica and I are stepping back and going, wait a second, we've had readings from mediums or from channels. We've done our own automatic writing. How does all of this fit together? I think that's what you're asking. At the end of the day, there's a feeling sense involved that comes with a bit of practice. It requires a pause, a big pause. So like you said, I was running around getting things ready beforehand, but it's somewhere between 8:07 and 8:10. I stopped tonight and I just sat. And that's what we did at the hospital. We literally just sat. And then when the doctor came in and said, we need to take action now, meaning tomorrow, because we don't have time slot today, we kind of kicked them out of the room. They offered to leave the room and we just sat. Then they came back in and we heard we should ask if we could even have the procedure today, which they did. The conflicts only exist when we come from a head-based place. As soon as you go into a feeling state, they coalesce, they come together, they make a lot more sense. The answer may not be easy, I go back, and I don't need to dwell on it tonight. It's a fun story, but years ago we had a 10 publisher bidding war, and the publisher we really wanted wasn't the one we went with. The Wayne Dyer had invited us on board. It was wild. But what we had to do, and I think now in hindsight, we did magnificently well. It really served for our highest good. It took a little while to be able to say that. Is we slowed down, we went quiet, and we listened in here. And the answers start to become clear.
Can you address, though, why different mediums would give different readings?
Filters. Almost every medium or channel, no matter how good, well, I'm thinking of Suzanne Giesman. She does a rocking good job, and many of the others on the show do a rocking good job. But everybody who is a medium or a channel still has a pulse, which means they're still operating in this physical suit, which means that they still have experiences, trials, tribulations, wounds, neural pathways even, that lean them in one direction or the other. For example, we had just a brilliant show on today with, I want to call her Cyndi Lauper, Cindy Dale. I say Cyndi Lauper because as I was Googling her, Cyndi Lauper kept coming up. And she's apparently quite spiritual as well. So had a beautiful interview with Cyndi Dale today talking about clairvoyance and becoming clairvoyant. And it's a practice, and you can become clairvoyant. And I guess we're becoming or something clairvoyant. Everybody is clairvoyant. It's just a matter of bringing it out. But when you start to get the signs, the symbols, the images, it's a practice to learn how to interpret them. A, without putting your own filter on it. Here's where it gets crazy. And B, with putting your own filter on it. So, bless you. If a channel or guide gives you information, it's inherently going to come from their filter. But then you've got to put it in your own. A great way to practice this is dream interpretation. Start interpreting your own dream from your own perspective, and you start to gain more understanding and trust in what is coming to you. So if the channels and mediums are human, they're going to give you slightly or grossly different answers, and your job is to find the thread that's the truth that sews them together. I think we did well with that.
I'm thinking of one particular reading that we got where we were told that one twin was going to be super active and the other one was going to be sleepier and kind of want to like be a homebody and just stay in and nap.
Which to me, as the pro athlete or former pro at this point, I was a little bit bummed, but I love them no matter what.
I was too, right? And the implication was that both would be born and healthy and alive. And it turned out that she was accurate in a sense that in utero, what happened with twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome and something called SIUGR, I believe. One twin became a donor to the other, which became the recipient. The recipient, Hannah, who is still with us today, was very active because she was getting all the blood and nutrients. And the donor twin was getting very weak because she was no longer growing. So I don't know if she was receiving images or feelings, but that since she was accurate.
And beyond that, she said that she thought both twins would come through, and she said, you're going to have to move to Montana to be in a place with lesser allergens because one of them's going to have a weakened immune system.
Mm-hmm.
So while it didn't work out, what she was getting at the moment was there's a stronger twin, a weaker twin, a more active twin, a more delicate twin. Spot on.
Yeah, totally. So if you are getting readings from mediums,
Mhm.
ultimately, what do you need to do in order to, gauge the accuracy of what's being told to you?
I think you have to lean into it and process for yourself. Is that a kitty that's actually, what is going on? Usually I would think it's Rue under the table going nuts.
I don't know. It's Love Bug.
What is
Maybe
she
she'll make a
up
cameo.
to? So, and Rue is on heightened alert and might start singing at the minute based on what's going on under the table. So this is quite interesting. It is particularly when he flaps his wings, it is a practice. A one-time interpretation by anyone can be way off. A one-time with a medium or channel can be way off. It's a practice to actually, as silly as it sounds, interpret the interpretations, which also means it is so important that you develop your own channel. Because at the end of the day, we're in 2022 here, which means the energy is flying. We are vibrating at a higher level, a lot more information, but also we inherently have more skills. Because as each person's skills comes up, the skills of the whole comes up. So it becomes even more important and, in a sense, easier to get information from the other side and to begin to interpret it.
Are you ready for the next question?
Is that a loaded question? Whenever you say that, the same response is going to come
Can
about.
I change your screen because I can't see the chat window. I've got the questions here.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I was reading the question because it's easier for me to read than hear.
From Jean Silcox.
Yeah.
If we have so many guides, angels, archangels, does their advice ever conflict with each other?
Another brilliant question. So the question is, with so many angels and archangels, does their advice ever conflict? I have not seen that happen, not once. Now, if we do automatic writing and ego starts to get involved, then, and you can litmus test that. You can be asking in your automatic writing, hey, is this ego? In fact, we have a class on automatic writing next Thursday, a week from tonight. And you can learn all about automatic writing. I feel like holding up a book, but I put it to the side to clear off the table. But you can learn automatic writing with us, and we have many ways to help you tell, is this really my angels or guides? So this is this coming Thursday. Do come join us. Tanya will put a link down there for you to be able to come join us for a live class. Are these answers truly coming from my angels and guides, or are they coming from me? Now, what's interesting to me, and I'm going to take this on a really personal note, is since the day that we had to, I don't think let go anymore. I can't use that terminology. After the day that our baby girl Miraku transitioned back fully into spirit, temporarily, because as we heard in another reading today, I'll be back. We like getting these readings. 111 on the thumbs up. I take that as a very positive sign. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. When I get repeating numbers like this, I go into prayer. So thank you for Hannah. Happy, healthy Hannah's heart. Healthy, happy Hannah's heart. Every time I see a repeating digit means the angels are listening. And I go, healthy, happy Hannah's heart. Healthy, happy Hannah's heart. So where are we with this? Prior to repeating digits, automatic writing, learning how to speak. Yes. I know, Rue. If I have to, I will put you in my arms. Ever since Miraku has transitioned back.
I don't know why he's facing that direction, because he's going num 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 num.
He might need to get into his food bowl, but we will try this for a minute. Ever since Miraku transition, this is like attempt number 3 here. She comes through in my automatic writing before I even finish with my angels and guides.
Uh-huh.
She's so enthusiastic. She goes, let me answer that. And I wouldn't say, but I'm thinking, well, but I want to get the answer from Archangel Michael or Raphael or Gabriel or from my guardian angel. And she says, we're all here because we're all energy. In a sense, we're all one. So I can field and speak for all of them. And I believe that's what happens with the angels on the other side. It is such instant communication because it's seamless between one and the other, that it's kind of a unity consciousness speaking with us. That is 1111 is unity consciousness. So would you like me to put him down? This is unusual.
No, well,
Whoa!
he wants to.
Safe.
down.
I think he needs his food bowl for a minute, even though he's got the food up here. Thank you
He
so
wants some
much,
water.
Indigo Moon. How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much for your kind donation. So he's flown the coop, and we'll see how he does. It's late, so as long as we can keep him from singing, he's good to stay up with us. If not, I'll have to help him to bed because it is late. So he stays up past his bedtime for these events. He's also found his way into the kitchen. How do you do that? Nope.
He's at the takeout
I'll be
window.
right back. As you're speaking, I can hear you.
So
Love you guys.
we have, I don't know if you can kind of see whoops, here. We've got these little barriers to block off certain areas. And I need to have the kitchen blocked off because otherwise I can't get my cooking done. And so he'll come to these little barriers, and I call them takeout windows because that's where you get some treats. So he'll just go up there and wait at the takeout window till I give him something. So what are you feeding him now?
So I've got.
Oh,
He's having it rough. That seemed like more of a Michael move. Oh, are you okay, good boy?
he's over here.
I think he's really overtired. He may need to go to bed. So this is hemp seeds right here. So I gave him hemp seeds, and I gave him some all natural 4+ nutty granola.
Very little of that.
Very, very little. And I was going for a one of those styrofoam organic rice crackers, but I couldn't find any out because if I leave them out like that, you have them put away.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Next question.
Yes.
How do we know we're not making things up in our heads?
This is another brilliant question and another opportunity to check in, because truth be told, we are often making things up in our heads, but there is typically, when you make something up in your heads, as long as it's not a wound, and I want to address that in a minute, typically what we make up in our heads actually has some truth to it. Not a fear-based thing, but if we make up something in our heads that we're loved, that we're going to be all right, that everything's going to work out, chances are that's not your ego saying that. That's your higher self. And so there's definitely some truth to it. So while you think you're making it up, what you're doing is you're taking this energy that's out there in the ethos, you're throwing it into a funnel that's coming out here, and then the funnel opens up there in a sense. And what you're hearing is actually a collective answer coming from consciousness. A heavy way of saying we don't make up as much as we think. We think we're making it up, but it's actually coming from consciousness. You got something you wanted to add?
Not really. I was just thinking I like your look tonight. And I was wondering what people thought. Because they're used to seeing you in yellow glasses.
They are. So these are my driving glasses here.
But I feel like you match Rue better.
Old Michael, well, was squeaky clean here. New Michael. I can't find the yellow glasses. We had this talk last week. New Michael. One more time. Old. New. And we get to check in. It's important. You're checking in and saying, how do I feel about this? It's a feeling game, whether it's angels and guides, whether it's, do I like that or not? We have been trained in the society not to check in with ourselves, to trust a higher power, to trust a father figure at the front of the classroom, so to speak. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for your kind donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been taught how to trust anyone by ourselves. The angels want us to learn how to trust ourselves and trust a higher vibration that's in here.
I'm also proud of the haircut. I don't know why I did this. The haircut's just up here.
All of this by Pookie. all of this.
I love it. There's a poll up. Yellow glasses or red glasses.
By Pookie. We just realized I got on the scale a couple days ago for the first time in about a month.
Uh-huh.
And I'm usually, full disclosure, 140, 145 pounds, scrawny-ish cyclist or multi-sport athlete. And I got on the scale 2 days ago and was 157 and a half pounds. Now, I could be packing a little bit of insulation, but I've gotten really muscular. And I don't have a clue how in this recovery from my accident 2 months ago, or was my accident, getting kissed by an SUV, but I don't lift weights. I do a lot of trampoline work.
Are you eating more? Because I'm eating more.
All I know is it's Body by Pookie. You've been doing this, whether it's what you feed me, whether you slip me in the supplements that I very rarely take. That's this morning's. Whoops. And I'm afraid to take them now because I don't know if there's something that would keep me awake. But it's either from your feeding me or something, or maybe it's my discussions with the angels about helping me grow stronger. If we looked at this as a sign and symbol, everything. So what we get to understand is from Swiss. Carl Jung. And I quote it from Carl Jung, and others have said it's not from Carl Jung. So I may be incorrect here. The dream world is the waking world. The waking world is the dream world, which means everything around you has meaning. Everything is symbolic. So as this time that we're birthing Hana, as this time where we're shifting gears, I am growing. You look like you're about to pet me. I am growing stronger. We can look at what does that strength at this time mean. And I think it's important that we do that. We play the game of dream interpretation for our waking world. Go. What is it?
No, I wasn't going to pet you, but because you mentioned it, I figured maybe you didn't want to be pet.
Oh. I'm fine with that. And both, that is a very calming thing for me. And also Rue likes that when I'm pet as well.
He does. Yeah, it's really funny. He loves it when we hug and when we just do this kind of thing. He makes a really cute noise.
Yeah, which maybe you'll hear later, in which case we'll...
And he'll make that noise when he wants us to hug too.
Yeah, he will.
Okay, next question from Lorraine Azanari. I'm constantly asking my angels for guidance and help, especially with my job, and I feel so far away and wonder, am I missing something? And why can't I hear or feel any comfort or anything?
I'm constantly asking my angels for guidance and help, especially with my job, and I feel so far away. Am I missing something? All right. So what's really being said here is I'm feeling distant from the answer. I'm not sure if I'm hearing anything. Is something wrong? Such a common question, feeling, sentiment. The answers are always being spoken to you, but typically don't come from words. And so it really becomes a game of interpretation of what you're seeing around you. Yes, you may get lucky, and it may be on a traffic sign right in front of you, or a car license plate in front of you. But oftentimes, either your angels and guides are speaking to you in whispers, or we simply have the volume turned up too much on the rest of our lives. For instance, as I'm going around getting prepped for this event tonight, I don't remember. You asked me about something, anything.
Is there salsa?
Is there salsa?
Is there salsa with this meal?
And my response was, "Gee."
You're like behind you, and there's a door behind me.
So what this means is your angels may literally be speaking to you, but if you're running around doing setup, also known as chopping wood and carrying water, important, we often don't hear them. So the answer is twofold. One, we get to make space or breath or create that space in order to hear the angels. And I love it that Serene has just made a donation. Thank you, Serene. What a name when we're talking about space and quiet, to have someone by the name of Serene. What a beautiful name to make a donation. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? The second is it really benefits us to have structure. Structure helps us to hear our angels and guides. When we were on Maui and everything was kind of going on us and blowing up, we had structure for meditation, but not to actually hear our angels and guides, or have that communication. That's where much later, after we got das Boot, back to your childhood bedroom in New Jersey, not too far from here, that first me, and then when you felt better, we went every single day into automatic writing and touch base with the angels. That creating more of a spirit-based, spirit-driven, spirit-led life, where it became much easier to hear and understand.
Were you touching base with angels back then?
It's a brilliant question. On occasion. So I use the terminology. In fact, somewhere along the line, my automatic writing morphed from when we took a class on communicating with the Akashic Masters, which didn't have anything to do with angels and guides.
Mm-hmm.
It morphed into the language you see today. So at some point, they jumped in and said, start calling us in, which is, it's still weird. How did I become such an angels guy? How did they put their foot in the door? Because particularly as growing up as a confused Jewish boy who went to Christian and Catholic schools and Unitarian schools and church and temple and all of these things mixed up together, I thought of angels as a very Catholic thing. And I quit Catholic school and went running from it. Although I love talking shop with the priest. That was really, really fun. So it was in there. But I never would have thought of me as an angels guy.
I mean, I wasn't addressing the angels directly back then. I'm sure they were influencing my life and dropping in words in my automatic writing, but it was like unbeknownst to me.
Yeah. And it brings up a key point. While we're talking about angels and guides here tonight, and chances are you came here either because she's here or because of angels and guides in the topic, it's voice from spirit, higher level voice speaking to us. You can name it angels and guides, but you don't actually have to believe in somebody with flappy wings giving you this advice if it feels right.
We like flappy wings, though.
I love the flappy wings. I can still remember, though. I can still remember the hike/run. I feel like I'm rewriting it in my mind that I'm carrying Rue through the woods. He wasn't there with us yet. Pyramid Rock in Boonton, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
When you telling me I'm going to have to write a book on automatic writing, come join us next Thursday. Shameless plug. And I was saying, no way. I don't want to be known as the Angels guy. You can't make me do it. Yeah, you can. You did. You and the Angels. It took what, 4 tries, 3 or 4 years of them banging on the door before I go, I give, I submit, and I'm all the better for it. I think we all are.
Thank you for submitting.
I have learned the hard way, but I have learned that as a general rule, you right, me wrong, and it's a very humble thing, but
And I've learned to be very patient because it oftentimes takes a bit of time for you to come to the realization that I am right and you're wrong, sometimes several years.
this is true. Should I, because you are always right, should I pan the camera over to Hungry Said Rue, or scoot the table back, or do you think he's chomping and he's not eating up here? I should bring him down to his food. This is not that he's not a very well-fed bird. This is called late night rooster munchies, is what's going on right now. What are your feelings?
He's quite capable of getting down by himself if he really wants.
Okay. How about the fact that he's off camera just slightly?
Well, I think he knows when he's on camera too.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, from Cat Bruno.
Mhm.
I see numbers come up almost daily: 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. And I experience cold spots in my house too. Does this mean there are angels around me all the time? Can I ask them for help with back pain? I have Hashimoto's disease and I have health issues.
So let's take as much of it. There's like 3 questions at once. So
Okay.
so first off, so you see repeating digits all the time. So repeating digits have dual meaning. Actually, they have more than that, but they have at least multiple meanings. The first meaning is stop, drop, and pray. When you get 111, 222, whatever you get, and oh my God, did we just get a donation from Mary? We love you, Mary. We love you, Mary. We love you, Mary. And she did this, I don't know if it's deliberate, in red. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. When we keep getting repeating digits, and she's getting perfect 10s, and Mary, we got married on 10, 10, 10, and that was no accident. So there's a connection with us. When you get repeating digits, your job is the universe or angels have grabbed your attention. Your job is to respond, either to go into prayer or ask a question. So when I see repeating digits, sort of like the thumbs up 111 earlier, oh, he's gone to sleep behind you.
Aww. Aww.
So, well, I've got to speak in a regular voice. When we got the 111, I immediately went into prayer to the angels, because the angels are saying, when you get the repeating digits, we are here, we are listening. How can we help you, dear one? How can we help you, dear child? How can we help you, Mary? How can we help you, Kat? How can we help you, Michael? Or Jessica? Or Rue? So when those numbers come up, stop, drop, pray. Put your request out there. Second thing is, different angel experts have their own primer, have their own book as far as what numbers mean to them. And you can Google it. I was given recently a primer, and I actually pulled it up here and put it in my notes of what each individual number means. And then you can start to put them together. So it came to me, actually, it may have actually been back running earlier this year at Pyramid Rock, of all places.
Oh,
that it came to me. And I remember saying, oh, good things. I'm going to cry now. All good things started here. So one is unity, is we are all one. Two is union, you and spirit as one. You feel like you want to already chime in?
no. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so.
Three has two meanings. First off, it's the Trinity. We can call that the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. I prefer to look at it as there's me, there's spirit, and there's the combination of the two of us creating a Trinity. But it is also the power of creativity. When you get 3, 3, 3, 3, let's create. When you get 2, 2, 2, 2, you're in union with spirit. When you get 1, 1, 1, 1, you are the divine. 4 is the number of angels. 4, 4, 4, 4 means your angels are with you. 5, a really fun one, and we've gotten a lot of 5, 5, 5, 5. That's the number of abundance. How does it get any better than this? When you get a lot of lucky 5s going on, woohoo, good stuff is coming. 6 is interesting because in modern culture, 6666 has meant something that's not so good. I think it was actually stolen and corrupted because 6 is the number of love, is the number of family, is the number of Ohana. So when you get 6666, you're like leaning back with Rue. It's like you're snuggling up with family. You're snuggling up with family. This is the bump that you don't get the side profile right now, but you're snuggling up with family. That's what 666 is. 7. And you know 7 when you go to, I guess when you go to the lottery or your little scratch and sniff thing, or you go to Vegas or wherever, you think of it as luck. It is blessings. 7777 or 777 means you are being blessed. 8. Now we're talking joy. We're talking infinity. This is 8 is infinity on its side. It's also about eternal manifestation. In other words, about flow, incredible flow coming in and coming back without efforting. This is the place of woohoo, which ironically is, or not so, is the license plate on our car is woohoo 8. It's that joy, it's that infinity, it's that manifestation. In fact, we have a process we teach in automatic writing, bless you, which is called the Woohoo 8 process. And then 9 is life. 9 is the number of life. So when you get 9999, to me, it's about.
Excuse me.
It's about, I'm looking at, there's the tissue box. It's about healing. It's about health. It's about your life. If we were to take 10, which is a combination of 1 and 0, 0 being everything, 1 being unity, 10 therefore means perfection. Everything is perfect, Mary. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Shall I get you some tissues?
Sure. And some water, please.
Tissue, water, and I'm going to try to move slowly. Hopefully the mic is catching this. It's over there. I'm going to try to move slowly so as not to disturb the bird.
Everything is okay, Rue. Uh-oh.
Yep. The guard bird. Oh, hopefully he'll go right back down. He's so energetically sensitive. We'll do a meditation for you at the end. Stick around to that. And he always goes down during a meditation. Here, I think he may have gotten up and gone, I looked at Daddy. Daddy went to get tissue, but below the tissue box, is my food dish, feeding station. Oh, yeah. So,
Okay, I'll read the next question and then I'll blow my nose. From Brittany Nicole.
Mhm.
My question is, if you don't hear directly but see signs, how do you stay away from the negative inner voice I grew up with? How do you stay away from the negative inner voice? I grew up with a narcissist mom and always try to stop myself from subconsciously thinking negative outcomes.
So you sound like you might sneeze again.
No, I just need to
Okay. So
be right back.
now Rue's going to go really nuts. If I don't hear directly but see signs, how do I stay away from the negative inner voice? Oh, Rue, you're my co-star. There you go. How do we stay away from the negative inner voice, Rue, when we see signs? Part of it is a practice, but part of it is allowing yourself, and this is something that I talked about with Cindy Dale today. Part of it is allowing yourself to experience those motions, to breathe through them, not to relive the abuse, but to simply be with the experience so that you can come out. There we go. Abundance right there from Dawn. Thank you very much, Dawn. 555. How does it get any better than this? We lean into it. We go through it. We come out the other side. So important to understand and so neglected today in a world where we have literally seen world leaders going, nah, 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 poo, poo, I don't hear you. It's a very, in a sense, immature society where we've been taught to ignore our emotions, our wounds, and feelings. Doesn't mean we have to relive them, but let's process them. Can be a kitchen sink approach, can be clearing, doing things like Dr. Bradley Nelson's emotion code or tapping or whatever it takes to go through the emotion, but allow yourself the gift of that experience. The narcissist mom on the other side of the veil. You are amazing, Christina. You are amazing. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? The narcissist mom on the other side of the veil signed up to play a role here this lifetime. That was a gift for your learning and for your highest good. Once we can recognize it, we don't have to relive the trauma anymore. So that's where I'd play with that.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
From Kathy Davis. With everything you both have been through, accident and pregnancy complications, have you ever asked why? What did we do to deserve this? You're both very loyal, loving people who do nothing but good. Huh.
Wow.
I'm no angel. Have you been angry enough to want to give up? How did you handle all this stress? Why did this have to happen? Couldn't the angels have helped avoid this horrible experience?
Let's dive into all of this. And Jill, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Lots and lots of love, Jill. Thank you so, so much. All right. Part A. Have you ever asked why or what did I do to deserve this? I can speak for myself, and you can address this too if you'd like, or I can speak for both of us. To me, the why, I'm so far down the rabbit hole that while I used to have a strong penchant for kicking myself, not even too long ago, a strong penchant for saying I did something wrong, I don't do that anymore. I have other reasons to kick myself, and hopefully I don't, and that's been my wiring that's come from my family and their family and their family's family, and I watch it. But with that said, the why is in the answer. The why is coming from spirit. Nothing, in my opinion, for myself, nothing. That was the gratuitous Rue shot while you're off camera, is happening to us. It is happening through us and for baby Hannah, and even for Miraku too. We all signed up for our own unique soul path and soul journey. Some incredibly short, like Miraku, who's here for almost the blink of an eye, though I'm convinced she'll be back. For baby Hannah, who has come here for that length of time twice and now is coming through. Woohoo! So it's not, in a sense, it's not ours to say, and it has to do with grace and it has to do with surrender. On this side of the veil, it's really hard to understand death and suffering and really big emotionally laden or grief laden topics like that until you have some baseline to be able to step back and really see that there is much bigger game at play. So the why to me is, I don't know why, but there is some magnificent reason that either we'll get together on the other side of the veil and understand it at that time, or will make itself clear to me over time. I've seen it too many times where the very thing that I thought was the worst thing in the world turned out to be the best. Now, can I say that about a twin going back home? Yeah, at this point, I don't pretend to have a clue the greater workings of everything, but I know that there's soul contract and I know there's much more going on than meets the eye. So did I deserve this? It's hard to say, but there's a gift in this. There's a gift that's in everything. And when we can understand that, it changes the tenor or the timbre or the energy behind it. Now, I'm very much human. I've got the pulse. I've got the internal wiring in me that first will gasp and go, oh no, to so many things, leaving poor Pookie over here, Jessica going, what? Because I'll go, and that's mom. Mom is ingrained in me, and I'm still working through it. I need to do more shock therapy and apparently some sort of non-drug drugs to get rid of this. However, I very quickly snap back that there's more than meets the eye. And that's where we get to play this game. So how do you, yeah, go for it.
For me, I don't think the concept of deserving or not ever entered my mind. As far as anger, I didn't feel any anger with this loss. I definitely felt anger after the second miscarriage. I remember because few days later we were out cross country skiing, and I I just had so much pent up anger. I just I left you in the dust. I don't know if you remember that, but
it's not a one-time occurrence.
There was just so much energy that I had to get out of my system.
Did I get injured trying to keep up with you on that? I may have.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe it's been evolution that I don't feel anger anymore. At this point, with this loss, I'm calling it a loss, but I really do feel like it's a temporary loss. It's important to keep in mind that it's not just the two of us involved. It involved two other souls in utero, and their highest good too, and what's best for them. And I don't pretend to know what's best for them. And I was going to say at this point, but probably for the rest of their lives, right?
So
don't
true.
tell them I said that when I'm trying to
Yeah, they're one's listening here, one's listening here.
They're like, what? She doesn't know what she's doing?
Wait a second. The anger that I have experienced is never around this situation. The anger I experience is when I don't feel I have God time. I don't have a chance to breathe and feel overwhelmed. And at those points, the nervous system kicks into a heightened state of alert where everything feels like a threat. And that's my own to work on, but that's actually what the collective gets to work on as well. every challenge that we're facing today would not feel as scary, as bad, or as anger provoking if we had more of a chance to breathe. I love you, Pookie. You knew that was coming. You knew it,
No,
and
I
you're going. Was there anything more in that question? Last part.
How do you handle all the stress?
I was going to the part after that. We roll with the stress at this point. It's a wow.
I
Okay.
think there's just been so much thrown at us over the last decade that at this point, it's like
If an asteroid fell in the front yard and landed on Tessie, and Tessie went boom, or whatever it is that an electric car does, I'd be like, yeah.
I think for me, it's like I run out of the energy to attempt to fight or push back against what I don't like. So there's been a lot of surrendering. It's like, oh, well, I just give up control.
I went to go skating earlier this week, and I'm having a glorious time skating on the ice. And according to every ice fisherman, the ice is almost a foot deep in most places, at least 5.5 to 6 inches. It's glorious for skating right now. It's very safe. But right near the edge, it's thin. And so, which happens as you get to springtime, and they tell you that's going to happen. And so I went and got on the ice, I think it was Monday, and promptly stepped through the ice into 32 or 33 degree water. And with everything we've been through, I was like, yeah. I just came inside. I didn't even tell you anything. I just said, getting a fresh pair of socks. I mean, it wasn't even worth talking about at this point. You're like, yeah, step through the ice. No big deal. That's where we're at, isn't it? So, which might lead to the last part of the question.
Couldn't the angels have helped avoid this horrible experience?
Do you want to take it first or me?
Well, I think what I was going to say was repetitive, so you go.
Well, it's all the same thing. Horrible is only horrible. Now we're not taking away from anybody's loss, and grief is grief. So we don't want to make light of any of this. Let us be perfectly clear. Not making light. But with that said, horrible is in the eyes of the interpretation. It is a death of a dream. I was so excited to have our twin baby girls. You were so excited to have our twin baby girls.
Yeah, I had started a baby registry and like bought all this twin stuff, like a stroller that carried two, and one of those nursing pillows that would fit two babies, and just all this. I mean, I had visions of all this fun twin stuff. So I was, we were really attached.
And I was looking forward to cross-country skiing with both girls and running with both girls, and was so excited.
It was our intention to have twins too before we even conceived. So.
A good point. We had names before we conceived. We had, or at least I did. At least I did. When did we have the name Miraku? Was that before we even conceived, that we first started talking?
No, I think that was after conception. Okay. Yeah. It popped into my head, and you got really attached to the name.
I did. So there's an attachment to an idea. There's an attachment to a dream. And when that attachment doesn't happen, we label that as horrible. However, what do we know? We know we have one girl coming through. We know that she was one girl who split one egg that split into two eggs and is now back to one in a sense. We know that's going to be something magical. We don't pretend to know what it is, but there is going to be such a deep, profound connection to spirit and to her sister on the other side of the veil. It's going to be incredibly profound.
It was actually, there was potential to lose both. So I think there was a lot of gratitude, and still is a lot of gratitude, that we still have one.
Huge gratitude.
And especially after 3 miscarriages.
So. And so it wasn't hard to go from, well, they wheeled you into surgery with 2 babies, almost seemed like barely on board, or that potential. and wheeled you back out of surgery with what they're saying is Hana's safe. And so I had experienced Miraku going up, and that's maybe a story for another day. I don't know whether we really call that a shared death experience, but I saw her going up for a brief second there.
Mhm.
But then I hear that Hana's going to be okay, and I could only go to joy. There's a part of me that's going, I should be grieving now, but not the way Miraku went up. There was nothing. She's swishing her little bell like dress
I
bottom.
still experience both.
Oh, I'll still
Grief
have my
and
moments.
joy.
And I'm sure in the interview earlier today, I'm sure I went to tears at least once or twice. Because there is that attachment, but something greater is coming. Something's greater is coming. See if I can put this right. You have 100% success ratio in life up to this point. You're still here. You're doing great. You've won. And you will keep on winning until you no longer win, at which case you'll go through a tunnel to the other side and you won. So what we think are horrible things are temporary experiences in this greater game. And I didn't read what just came through, but someone was talking about a baby that they've lost. I am never, ever making light of that. It's real deal serious. However, it does for ourselves give us greater comfort to be able to see what we would consider for ourselves a bigger picture in play. I've seen you fall apart as recently as today. I'm sure I've cried on, and you're going, is that true?
I'm like, did I?
I think this morning, maybe it was yesterday. And I know I cried a little bit on the show today. But I still can't go to horrible. I can go to horrific, actually, which is the, oh no.
Oh, I know. I was falling apart over anxiety over Hana's health.
Mm-hmm. In other words, it's easy for you to swing to a place of fear right now, which I think is a direct result of losing one.
Yeah, well, and all the losses.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your kind donation. Thank you for your kind donation. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, next question.
So either there's some questions that may be off topic, or if you scroll down, I know Tanya has been compiling new questions which may be more on topic. Or maybe not. So let's go to
well, this is an interesting one.
Go for it.
Alania asks, is there a fine line of always talking to our angels for guidance as opposed to looking within? Or do you see them as one and the same?
Is there a fine line of always talking to your angels for guidance as opposed to looking within? Or do you see it as one and the same? Brilliant question. At the end of the day, it is one and the same. And at the end of the day, we are spirit and spirit is us, and there is no separation. So going within is connecting with spirit, is connecting with the divine. The bigger picture question at play here is, what about going to mediums and going to channels and going to so many people outside of us to hear from spirit? And I believe we want to cultivate spirit from within. And the more that we do that, the clearer the answers become. And it may be that Tanya moved up the more important ones up toward the top. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We have a lot of questions. Jessica's doing her best to sort through as we go.
From Armin, AK. How can I see proof that shows angels exist?
Armin, this is a really fun one. So Armin, what I want you to do is I want you to say, angels and guides, if you are truly here, then I command you, I demand you, I ask very kind and gently, Please show me signs over the next 24 hours and make it as clear as day. And they will. It could be that you start seeing wings or angel wings everywhere or feathers everywhere. But there will be signs that come to you when you ask your angels for such. The trick is we may need to slow down even just a tiny little bit in order to see those signs. So I'm not sure if Tanya knows to be compiled. There we go. She's got.
Maybe I'm in a different document.
Yeah, you might be in a different document.
I do have one good question here.
Okay, and then we can go to this document here. How shall I get you access to this? Share.
From Tamara. Can you listen while you're sharing? I have so much gone wrong right now in my life, including the loss of my mother, the burning down of my son's house, and the fracturing of my right hand, etc. on my car. Etc. On my car, and my car won't run. Everything was fine, and then all hell broke loose. What is the best way to connect with my angels and actually be able to hear? Then how do I ask? Because I've been begging and asking. I need a way out of this. I do have your book. I'm working on it, but please pray for us. Sorry, it was all one sentence.
And so I'm going quiet and listening. I would simply start with connecting with your angels and guides without asking for much of anything right now. So I got hit by the SUV a couple months ago. I'm in the ambulance and I'm still alive. And you're still alive. And all I could do was go, thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And that was creating a lifeline between me and spirit. It also helped bring my vibration up. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're talking about. So just start by creating that lifeline. Doesn't need to be much more than that. Can you ask for things of angels at this time? Absolutely. Is it going to be easy to hear angels this time? It becomes harder the more stress that we're under, or the more that we're in a state of distress, to truly hear our angels and guides, which is why it helps to pause at these times, but it also helps, like starting into automatic writing, to have a regular routine for connecting with spirit, even despite the spinning of everything. So, for instance, I do not, and things have been wacky, I do not miss my automatic writing because I want to make sure I'm connected to spirit no matter what. Jessica's been challenging me to get up even earlier and get that full meditation routine back in place for giving that breath or space as well. I know this, the more time you put with spirit during this time, the more spirit will give you energy to be able to handle all of the, let's call it as it is, messiness that has been coming your way. And I'm so sorry about that. I will say this. It was like I had a bug in my ear suddenly. And so I'm like, what does that mean? There is a death of the old going on here. And there is a death of the intellect and the head that is leading you to have to drop into heart. So important to understand that all of these things are happening at the same time that are kind of disassembling the old for you to allow in something new and allow in something greater. So one of my favorite lines in times of desperation is I surrender. And that doesn't mean I give up. I never give up. It's just, unfortunately, or whatever, it's not in my nature. I will pivot, but I will surrender. I will say, too much. I give, you take this. That's where I'd play the game right now.
Okay, I'm in the right document now.
Woohoo! But the questions have been great.
Yeah. We've been going for just over an hour now.
Mhm.
What's your plan?
My plan, you know my answer to this. My plan is to not tax you. So if you want to bow out and we wrap things up now, great. If you want us to go for a little bit longer and then you bow out and I answer maybe one or two last questions and then dive into a meditation, great. I definitely don't want to go longer than 10:30. That's always my
Okay.
time. Whatever feels good to you, and I mean it.
All right. Sounds good. I might just, sit back, recline.
Get a nice feather pillow going.
Get a smoothie or something. Okay.
Ooh,
From Wilda Dara 70. If you experience a spirit in voice or sight, do you have a time limit to respond or acknowledge?
If you experience a spirit in
voice or sight, do you have a time limit to respond or acknowledge?
Never, ever, never, ever, never, 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 ever, 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 ever. Time is not the same thing on the same time. It can move back on the other side. It can move backwards. It can move sideways. And your angels and guides do not have judgment. It's a very human concept. So if you think, well, an angel showed themselves and I wasn't very respectful, so they'll never show themselves again. They'll never help me. Human concept. If you have suddenly gotten more spiritual now and you had an experience 10, 20 years ago, you can call in that angel or guide now and even have a talk with them. Because again, there's no judgment. There's no time on the other side. So it's very... I guess I'm railing against lately. If I'm railing against anything from a loving place, and it's because we're going through this whole process and choosing if we are gifted with the opportunity to choose an OB, I don't want the old patriarchal system of father knows best. And it's this father knows best system that says, chop, chop, you must answer right away. You must be respectful, mind your manners. And if you don't answer right away, well, then there'll be consequences. I'm not making light of it. I'm saying they love you, man. They love you. They love you. They love you. And if they have to wait your entire lifetime for you to let them know, they're down with it. They're eternal. You're eternal. And they want nothing more. So I had a lengthy talk on Monday on our YouTube live on this event, channeling the angels for that of, sort of like top questions from the angels. Probably would have been a better title, but angels don't judge us, but they can get sad when we don't ask them for help. When they see us running down the railroad tracks and there's the train going, and we keep running for the railroad tracks, they're like, oh, no, please, 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 please don't. They can't stop the train. Sometimes they can, but usually they can't stop the train. We keep running for it. That can make them sad. And so keeping them on the unemployment line by not calling them in saddens them. They don't judge us for it, though. And we understand it's our path, it's our journey. And they signed up to work with us. That means it's their path and their journey as well.
Our next question is from Randy Gardner. Do angels manifest objects in front of us?
Oh, they can manifest all sorts of things. So they don't work in the physicality the same way as guides. Guides have an easier time because they've been in physicality. But angels can work with pure magic. They can put things in our path. They can put animals in our path. They can put people in our path. And there was something I was reading earlier today. I think it was a question that came in where somebody had tried to kill themselves at 100 miles an hour going around a turn with their car, like in the mountains, and instead the car broke, and they weren't able to pull themselves off of the road. So there was a guardian angel under there with a big wrench going pa-ding. And that's fortunately one of those situations where they can on occasion step in and help. So I'm not sure I even lost my train of thought within that.
Do they manifest objects in front of you?
Yes.
From Gogo, I would like to hear one time Michael tell us his first experience with angels. How he started. Did he get signs from the other side, from the creator or angels or someone else?
Oh, that's very, very simple. It's a brilliant question, but it's very, very simple. And I don't even think we talked about it. Before April 2nd, 2006, I never thought about angels. That wasn't in my wheelhouse. Right, Rue? You've got the munchies. You've got a lot there, though. On April 2nd, 2006, I had my first near-death experience. My understanding of the world changed in a heartbeat, in a breath, beyond that, my understanding completely changed. And this was an accident that happened in Boulder, Colorado. And I went back for the next 6 or 7 years and put my hand on a tree. In fact, a mark formed in this tree by where this accident happened. And I gave thanks to the angels and guides for saving my life. Each and every year I went back. I know that my life was saved by feathery ones, so to speak, on the other side. I know it. And so in a moment, I went from there was never talk or discussion about angels, period. I would have thought you were, and I meditated. I was way down the rabbit hole, but I would have thought you're pretty weird to instantly being the weird one.
And you know my story, right?
No. Or maybe I do, and you will refresh my memory, which means that I get to listen better. Oh,
Well,
baby on board.
It's not as dramatic as yours, but I was in the Peace Corps, and
Yes, the downhill.
yeah, I was with a bunch of other Peace Corps volunteers, and we had hiked up this volcano on St. Vincent, which actually just erupted last year.
Yeah.
And we were hiking down, and I still love running downhill trails. And I was with this one other.
She was a 400 sprinter in high school, and a very fast one at that. You saying run down hills, I can't do justice to that term.
Well, you love running uphill, which I think requires a lot more effort, and I'm lazy, so I figure going down, I can use gravity, and it's exhilarating. So, no, I'm not doing that now, of course.
Will you teach baby Hannah? Will she even need to be taught?
I think I'll be chasing her. I was with one other volunteer, and we were running down really fast. There are lots of rocks and tree roots, and my foot caught a tree root. Mm-hmm. And I distinctly remember being like flying through the air, completely horizontal.
Oh, God.
And the next thing I know, my feet are underneath me, and I don't know how. I'm still running with speed. And I know that angels somehow uprighted me because I had enough time as I was flying horizontally to think, oh my gosh, I'm going to face plant. Oh my God. And I remember thinking, what's going to happen to my face? and even like, you know, I'm on an island with a tiny hospital, and I don't know how I had time to think about all these things, but
time is
I'm
not
like,
what we think it
are they
is.
gonna have to airlift me somewhere?
Wow, you were having like big discussions.
Yeah, so that was I was like 24.
I don't know if I want to call that the eternal moment or the eternal pause. But when that happens, when your bike lifts up from underneath you and you're about to be thrown into the pavement, when you're about to screech into another car, we get a glimpse of the other side because time suddenly shifts. Time slows way down. It's like a moment of clarity. It's like suddenly we're in God time. And you experience it to be able to have all of that many thoughts in what was probably that period of time. It was a gift.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Yeah.
From Faith. Do you talk to Jesus like you talk to the angels? And do you have a profoundly different feeling when you know it's Jesus? What are your feelings about Jesus?
Ooh, brilliant question. And it makes me go back to when I would go Friday night to temple and then Saturday night to evangelical Christian church. And those people, they rocked. I love spirit, period, done deal. But they would say, do you take Jesus to be your Lord and Savior? It was kind of the super secret handshake thing. I don't know what happened if anybody ever said no, but how I take it, my take on things now, that dude rocked. That dude is totally an ascendant master of ascendant masters, up there with the Buddha and Muhammad and some other greats of all 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 greats. And we can all reach out to him, and he is available and accessible to all of us and is here to help. And I remember he came through specifically when we first got together. And we prayed and meditated. And I believe he came through and there was this bridge. And remember, we were being told we both meditated and both got the same thing. I don't remember how the whole thing went down. So I don't know how far down the rabbit hole to go. I believe first off, he's completely accessible here and on the other side. But if he was in physicality, he'd be pretty aghast at what we've done in his name. He'd be like, you may have missed the mark slightly. But I also believe that word son has somewhat gotten misconstrued because he is, in a sense, spirit in human form. But guess what? You are spirit in human form as well. She's spirit in human form. He's spirit in rooster form. In a sense, this is spirit in Topo Chico form. Sun to me means the light, the bringer of the light. And we are all bringers of the light. Now, if we have a near-death experience and see him on the other side, awesome. You won the lottery. You've got an ascendant master waiting there for you. How does it get any better than this? If he visits you a dream, awesome. Same thing. He is one of many, to me, ascendant masters that are here to help us wake up and shift and elevate consciousness. And he was way ahead of his time. I'm convinced there are many more that are close to that level of awakening now than there ever have been in the history of humanity. He's working his butt off on the other side, as is, Mary just mentioned, the Buddha and so many other masters, to help us to transcend this experience or to ascend to a higher vibration. But I think we're close, and I think there's more now than ever. And yes, you not only may be one of them, but you are one of them. In other words, going back to his words, all that I have and more is yours, and thy kingdom come. It's all inside of you. It's inside of every one of us.
From Lux Green, is there a difference in significance between looking for signs, being hopeful for communication, versus having signs thrown at you constantly to the point where you're driven to look into it?
The first intuitive hit is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So you will get what you need to help you on the journey. Whether you're hitting a crowbar against the universe to try to get answers, or whether the answers are chasing you down, you'll get what you need. I think it's a lot more helpful to be in what I call communion with spirit. Communion is like a step beyond communication. It's not saying, hey, angels and guides, I'm listening. It's saying, angels and guides, I'm listening. How do you think I'm doing? Oh, really? What do you think about this situation? Cool. And, I've been feeling this on my heart. What do you think about that? Really? It's having these deep conversations with spirit. And so I think the goal here, if there is such a thing, to live a spirit-driven life is to get in communion with spirit so that the answers come in signs, they can come in symbols, they can come in words, they can come in everything, but it's no longer chasing down spirit. It could be spirit chasing us down, but it's this ebb and flow of all of it. I know in the time since Hannah's passing, golly, cancel, clear, release. And the time since Miracoo's passing, we were getting signs and symbols like crazy, weren't we? They were just coming at us, helping us to realize it's all okay. And I think that's why they were throwing so much at us at once. Mm-hmm. Baby Hannah, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. It's okay. Her kicks are so cool.
From Gogo at Sweetheart 11. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What angels are more important for us, guardian angels or archangels? Because Lorna Byrne tells us all angels come and go, but guardian angels never go from us.
Rue may have an opinion on this one. Archangels serve big purposes, and they're here to help us in many big ways. It is, however, your guardian angel that has been with you since the beginning of time and will be with you till the end of time. I'm not sure if I can rank or rate importance because it's sort of like saying, which is more important, the sun or the moon? Well, the sun brings all life, but if we didn't have the moon, everything would be completely out of whack and crumble because the moon helps bring stability to this place. So, can you have one without the other? Can you have a guardian angel without an archangel? Can you have an archangel without a guardian angel? But if I was on Jeopardy or something and I had to choose, I would say, what is a guardian angel? Because that is the one who, as long as you ask for assistance, has particularly been with you since the beginning of time.
Next question this is a fun one, from Mary Fry. Mm-hmm. Fryer. Do angels have a sense of humor?
Yes, and it can be twisted. Angels definitely have a sense of humor. They like to laugh. They like us to laugh. They like us to... I think angels have, in a sense, a little bit of coyote energy. And coyote energy is the trickster energy. So angels will give us what we need to help us on our path, to bring us up, well, here's a perfect example. We lose Miraku. We go to a gas station in the hood-like area of Philly, whatever that means. We love everyone. But it is an area where at the gas station, there were 2 police officers that were security inside. Police officers, hired police officers that were security. a runaway rooster, inside this gas station with bulletproof vests on. So we park our car here to charge the Tesla. I'm speaking to my sister on the phone. I'm telling her that we had just lost Miraku, and I started to bawl, and I started to fall apart. And I'm walking in now past the police officers with their bulletproof vest on into the gas station. I'm going to have to let my sister go in a moment because I need to use the bathroom badly. I need to pee. And I go in there and I turn past the cash registers, and there are two beautiful, glorious bathrooms, both with cones up and like red tape, and there's a sign dangling down that said bathrooms closed. And I started laughing because to me, that was a sign from the angels that, oh, you think you have some semblance of control? You can't even pee when you want to. And it was just twisted enough that I broke out in laughter, and it made the moment light.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, oftentimes after we've had an argument, you end up walking away and like stubbing your toe or walking into something.
Oh gosh, John Lennon, instant karma. Instant karma's gonna get you.
Do you think that's angels, or is that just your higher self?
I can't say, but I do have a very special sacred ability for instant karma, don't I? But, the angels are funny. So I walk away and they're busy lecturing. And I'm not getting off the hook, which is why I always come back, hat between, however it is, down like this. Yeah, you were right. Because they're lecturing me. First off, they're going, why did you have to say that? You knew, because they'll be like, stop, do it. Oh, he did it. So they're in there and they're loud with me. And so my human wounds will start speaking to you. And they're going, oh God, no, we're going to have to set the record straight. But then they're giving me a talk or a pep talk or steering. There may be some laughter involved there, particularly if I can get away for a little walk. And then if I ignore them, I'll end up breaking a toe or something. Out of love.
That's like been in your soul contract to learn lessons through physical pain.
Yeah. Haven't had any toes recently. Did get a bump of the ribs, but the toes have been staying healthy.
You rewrote that part of the contract.
My toes are very happy about that.
Protect the toes.
Yes. But yeah, and I think it is out of love and it is out of humor.
Somebody wants to know the story of how we met, but that's a really long story.
You could
Maybe we could save that for Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, Valentine's.
That's a Monday.
It's a Monday. I don't know that you want to come on the Monday show, but
maybe just to tell the story.
Here, I'm going to give you two possible options. One, you could do it Monday too. It would be kind of fun to do, Angels in Love for Valentine's Day. So maybe you could come on for that portion, or we bookmark it for next Thursday if you're game, and we call it an extended Valentine's Day.
Oh. But we have our all class that night. We can't do a live and all class.
Wow. How does it get any better than this? We have something to think. Well, no. I don't like using that word. You're training me out of it. All class runs less time. We could start this in theory after all class.
Are you crazy?
Well, you don't participate in all class.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We may have to do this another night. Sweetheart at 11 has the most important question of the evening. Rue went clunk. Oh, poor Rue. It does surprise us.
He hasn't mastered flight.
Yes. It does surprise us the distances he will go down, but he handles it. He's okay. Let's put it that way. But I don't know how it works with his knees, the way he lands, but he's all right from these landings. He's landing from quite higher. His knees bend backwards, where ours bend forward. I don't kind of understand how it works. It's a strange question. Wow. Thursday's blowing my mind. So then join us for a little bit of Valentine's on Monday, maybe? We'll see.
Maybe.
All right. Stay tuned.
Okay. Next question. Where were we? Are you both twin flames? I feel like you're saying, please say yes.
No. No, I'm interested in hearing what you have to say.
Your mom's on.
My mom is here? Yes, somebody says my mom is here. Mom, if you're here, I want to see you type something.
Does mom have a question?
Oh, that's a good point. A lot of people are saying, hi, mom. So where has mom appeared? Do I get to scroll through this whole thing and see if mom is here?
Do it on my birthday.
Oh my God, my mom is here. Oh my God, in the history of, oh my God, so cool. Do it on your birthday. I believe I have both of their dates down. I have blanked this out.
Don't look at me.
Oh, mom, I love you. So good to see mom here. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a total loss for words.
Mom's heard the story.
Yes, mom has heard the story. So we could do it. And so she's saying to have the event on her birthday is, I think, what she's saying.
Oh.
So I think that would be Friday. We got to do the math here. The 15th is Tuesday, but we have an event on Tuesday. We will cut to the extended story, though. But I'm at a loss for words now.
Mom, do you like the haircut I gave your son?
Now, she hasn't really seen me embodying this yet. So I know she saw it very briefly one time, and but it wasn't in full something.
So when I met Michael, his hair was down to here. It was longer than my hair, and I chopped it off. So
yes, you became the chopper of my hair.
And then mom celebrated.
You won some very serious mom points there. So
it looks like if you're going to be doing a meditation, it's time to start thinking about jumping into that.
Do you want us to do one or two more questions and then you can go Buddha out and I'll meditate, or shall we call it good? What do you feel?
Is that your impression of being pregnant?
I'm not. I will be in so much trouble with so many beautiful souls if I give.
That
no,
was cute.
This. What's funny is she asked me earlier this week if I put my head on her belly to hear baby Hannah, and the belly started bouncing up and down and having a life of its own. Not from Hannah kicking, but because you fell apart with laughter.
His ear was really cold.
And all of a sudden I'm getting boing, boing, boing. There she goes. I mean, now I've got mom here, so I feel like I should at least answer a question or two. So mom is chiming in. Love the hair, but not the face.
Not the face.
What she means is, I can hear, and I'm going to use mom language here. Shave it. And you'll probably see a yes here because I know that I am channeling mom with that. I love you, mom.
Maybe it's time for another poll.
All right, Tanya, if you can start another poll here. Facial hair, keep it or not? Love the beard or lose the beard?
Okay. One more question, and then I think it's time for a meditation.
So mom said yes, and I think she meant on the lose it.
From Lisa Buckner. How do we figure out what our soul contracts are, and does breaking them affect karma?
Ooh, okay. So this is an interesting one. How do we figure out what our soul contracts are? There's the simpler way and the more challenging way. The simpler way is to go to some sort of a past life regression therapist, hypnotherapist, or to go into a ceremony led by a shaman and have them take you on a journey and actually go back to when you made your contract. That's really the easiest way. But you can also step back and look at what the themes are in your life, or specifically the repeating patterns. For instance, after I had one bone break too many, and mom's here, so she would agree with that. After I had one bone break too many, and she experienced them early in life with me, I took inventory of all of my injuries. And you're cracking up. Why are we
Somebody
cracking
said
up?
you're blushing. Are you watching the poll and blushing?
I'm just blushing in general at everything going on right now. I am in a state of blush. Mom's here. People are saying yes. Nutois said, I said hi first. So I took inventory of all the injuries and accident and said, okay, this is substantial. Why did these take place? And before I even dove into a past life regression, I started to understand intuitively what my soul contract was, because your soul contract is rarely hidden. If anything, it's hidden in plain sight. And did that answer both parts of the question? Oh, does breaking your soul contract affect karma? You cannot break your soul contract. Your soul contract is your soul contract. You can renegotiate it, but we don't have the power to break what's on the other side. Tweak it, coax it, maybe cajole it, but there is no way to break it. You can renegotiate it though, and that takes gaining awareness of what it is and then saying how you would like it to change. And that's where my kind, gentle, easy, good kind of came from, which is one of my favorite expressions: kind, gentle, easy, good. May I have all of my learnings and teachings kind, gentle, easy, good. Now somebody's saying Dad is here. Dad Sandler is here too. If so, I can't go right into a meditation. That's just, this is like the only
What
time.
does Dad think of the facial hair?
So,
So
yeah,
you're not allowed to
Dad,
say.
where is Dad here? Where is Dad?
By the way, the first poll,
Now I'm
I
gonna-
didn't see the ending results, but last I
Excuse me.
checked, it was like 70% for the red glasses over yellow glasses.
It went down
It did. To what?
to 69%, I think.
Well-
Maybe the poll will show at the end, but it went from the 70s to the upper 60s.
Okay.
So still well over 2/3 said the red glasses over the yellow. These make more sense with that squeaky clean look. But when I've got it changes the shape of your face, the scruffy look. I feel these.
Well, and just look at like you with this guy back here.
We match. Excuse me here. Excuse me. And thank you, DNA, for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Yes. So was I going, was there a last, okay, the renegotiation we can do once we understand, once we are aware. I want to see, is Dad really here? I need to know. Is Dad here? I'm so curious. Dad likes the beard. We like the red glasses. Mom has never liked, I believe, the yellow glasses. I believe, pretty sure. Understand my mom, and the reason that, so understand that everything in your past is here to serve you. My mom was very strong with me during my childhood, which led me to be able to belt it out with you now. It actually turned out to be a gift. And so she is very strong with her opinions. And we love her for that. Somebody said they like blue glasses. Now, we had our blue glass phase, didn't we? And we had our purple glass phase.
You had purple glasses?
I had purple glasses in college.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a we.
No, I had a purple glass. I actually had copper framed or gold framed version of these because of a cyclist, a famous French cyclist by the name of Laurent Fignon. And he was called Le Professeur because he was like the smart person in the Tour de France. And he wore glasses like these that were gold. And that influenced me there. But I also like to wear purple glasses. I've always liked having color there for fun. All right, are you feeling we get to wrap things up? Okay. Should we dive into a meditation now? Or is there any last words that you want to say or that Rue wants to say?
I think Rue's ready for bedtime.
Okay. With that said, do come join us next Thursday. We'll teach you automatic writing, live class. And Tanya will put the link in there. Let's dive into a meditation. What is coming up next? We're doing some format fun stuff here. We're attempting to release a short video this coming Saturday. So be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified. And we should have a show out, I believe, Saturday morning, a short show. And then we have our live event on Monday for Valentine's. That's the only thing I'm doing for work on Valentine's. I will spend that day with you, my love.
Are you going to help me knit the baby blanket?
I'm going to buy you the supplies for the baby blanket. How would that be? What she's really saying is, I can see you doing knit one. What is it? Knit one, purl two, knit one. Oh, wait, where was I? Is that what you're saying? I'm game in any way you want help. How's that?
Okay.
But we will definitely get you your yarn. So, because we will likely have a event coming out on Saturday, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, but also share with everybody you know. So let's raise everybody's vibration. Anything else? We've got Monday, we've got the live event. We've got, Tuesday, definitely come join us for Cindy Dale on how to become clairvoyant. That's going to be really, 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 really cool. Numbers for the poll are in on the facial hair. And we have
83% say yes.
Ta-da! Sorry, Mom. I love you, though. I'm letting everybody else speak for me at this point.
Hey, we could do this with clothes too, huh?
We could do this with clothes. It's not so much that I'm challenged. I know what I like. Maybe it's because of my athletic trained physique. I don't know what you want to call it. It is incredibly challenging to find clothes that fit me, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've pretty much given up.
Well, we can get the top situated. It's the bottom. Because you have a small waist, but you've got really strong tree trunk legs.
Yeah. So, but what I'm interested in is you can't see it here, but these are giant trapezoid muscles here and big shoulders that are forming on me that I haven't seen since my weightlifting days, but I've never seen like this. Just kind of interesting. A lot of my shirts aren't fitting me now, which is actually kind of cool. It's like I'm going into the strength phase with, I keep on saying, are you slipping something into my water? How am I getting so strong right now? Maybe it's the beard.
I think also, well, we just moved, so there was a lot of heavy lifting,
There
and I
was
wasn't
that.
lifting anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're lifting for 2.
Mm-hmm. But I keep getting stronger. It's kind of cool. Maybe I'm getting ready for baby curl here, Rue curl here, and we go down the path. All right, let's get into some sort of a meditation. And is there anything that we should meditate on, or a theme here? Because you're here, mom's here, dad's here, Rue's here, Hannah's here, you're here, Miraku, I know, is here. We'll just dive in. What are you thinking?
I'm not coming up with anything.
All right. Well, let us dive into CAJ put it best, a love meditation. So we're going to go with a love meditation tonight. We get to do it a very special Valentine's meditation coming up, but let's do a meditation from love to and from the angels, and to be able to recognize the signs, symbols, and synchronicities when they come. How's that sound? And I think Rue is getting ready for the meditation because he's been preening. And preening leads to him going zzzz. So I'm going to pull in the microphone here.
I'm going to step out of
So I can-
you.
So I'd like you to get nice and comfortable and relaxed. And we are going to have fun with this. So you can close your eyes, let your lids grow heavy. Just breathe in. Nice giant sigh out. In through the nose. Another nice sigh. And one more time. In. Are you starting to feel relaxed? You're starting to feel heavy. Not the heavy of exhaustion, but the heavy of your favorite blanket, covering you, making you feel safe, making you feel secure, helping you to feel at one with everything, or at least with your bed. As we continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that you're in a giant, giant circle with everyone who is here tonight, past, present, and future. So I want you to reach out your hand to the right, reach out your hand to the left. Here's where it gets interesting. I want you to reach out and hold on to whomever is next to you, knowing it may be someone watching, or it may be spirit itself. You may have an angel you're holding on to, or a guide, because this is a sacred circle here supporting you and filling you with love. And so as we continue to breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine and know that we're calling in angels, angels that support you, angels that make you feel loved. And feel the angels now at your back. You may feel their wings. You may feel their warmth. You may simply feel their love. Thank you, angels, for bringing so much love for everyone here this evening. Thank you, angels, for putting your wings around each and every one of us. Thank you, angels, for your support. Thank you, angels, for your guidance. Thank you, angels, for your love. What I hear from the angels is they don't only bring the love, they don't own that all to themselves. We bring the love as well. And we have the unique ability to transmute gratitude into love. For instance, we're grateful to have baby Hannah on board. How does it get any better than that, than this? And that gratitude immediately transforms into love. So what I'd like you to do with me for the next minute or two is to simply breathe in gratitude, send out love. Breathe in gratitude for everyone and everything here tonight. Send out love. In for all the beautiful people you do have in your life. Send out love. In gratitude for everything you're grateful for, even if it's simply just to be here. And out. Send out love. In gratitude, fill in the blank. Send out love. In gratitude, out love. In gratitude, out love. In gratitude, and out love. But now, as you continue to breathe in and out, let's go a little bit more global with this. We breathe in gratitude. We send out love to everyone in our home or in our apartment or in our building. We breathe in gratitude. We send out love to everyone in our city block. We breathe in gratitude. We send out love to everyone in our neighborhood. We breathe in gratitude. Yes, you have the support of your angels. We send out love to everyone in your city, town, or borough. We breathe in gratitude. We send out love to everyone in your county or area. We breathe in gratitude, and with the help of the angels, we send out love to everyone in your state or province. We breathe in even more gratitude, which may take the form of light, and we send out love to everyone in our entire nation. we breathe in even more gratitude and angelic light and goodness, and we send out love and light to everyone in our part of the planet. Breathe in light and gratitude and send out all the love you can to everyone on this beautiful spinning globe. Breathe in all the light and gratitude you possibly can and send that love and light right back out to everyone in this solar system and beyond, no matter what form they take. Breathe in all the gratitude and angelic light you can and send out so much love it illuminates the entire galaxy. How does it get any better than this? Breathe in so much gratitude, light, and love from the angels and send that love and light right back out to the entire universe, everyone and everything inside. Breathe in again. Take in all of this amazing angelic light and gratitude and send out love to everyone in every one of the multi-universes. This is every creature, large and small, energetic, any form. One more time, in with that gratitude, with that light, with that love, and send it out to everything. In gratitude, out love. In gratitude, out love. In gratitude, and out love. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? You guys are angels. You rock. And I want you to spread the love and light to this world and beyond. You are a light worker. You are a light barrier. You are a light carrier, certainly. You are the light we need to see in this world. Be the light, bring the light, shine the light, live in the light. And when you trip and fall, as we all do, go to the angels, call in help, and get right back in the light. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So I look forward to seeing you for our next event. Come check out our Saturday show. We'll have our next live event on Monday. We've got automatic writing. You can sign up for it here and come learn live with me next Thursday. And of course, we've got our School of Mystics every Wednesday night. And I'm sure people in here be sharing about how that's going. We've got so much goodness. There's also that join button down below to get behind the scenes videos, information, even occasional videos now, maybe with Jessica. Haven't gotten the belly bump on video yet. Are you back for the last moment?
I was busy taking credit for all of this, and I forgot to mention that this sweater you picked out.
I love clothes shopping for you. I love it. I worked briefly for a year in the fashion industry, and
I mean, you went to the store and
Yes.
you picked it out and you
Yeah.
bought it and you brought it home without me even being there.
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
How does it get? Well, thank you for coming on air and giving me credit for this. I got my hand down on the baby bump here. So, and you're like a snuggly sheep here in the most beautiful way. So, yeah.
And Rue's wearing a beret.
Is that next for me? You're gonna have is that like a French? Well, he is a French bird, so he's a breed called the cuckoo maran, which is a French breed. So, am I going to be wearing da 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 da? Is that how this is going to be going? Oh, thank you. I geez, had to stay here so long. So thank you, Aya. Thank you, especially Tanya, for running the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We will eventually have, that was one thing I wanted to mention earlier, because you said we started a baby registry for the twins. I imagine sooner or later you will make that baby registry open for people, because we're all family. We're going to participate in this together.
Sure, but
Am I enlisting
it's not for
people
twins
conscripting?
anymore.
No, it's for baby Hannah at this point. So we did get our first, I think you only get one bassinet. We got that
Mhm.
assembled, right?
Mhm.
So did we get anything else at the moment?
Just an insert that goes in the bassinet.
So
Well, no, I have baby clothes in storage from previous pregnancies.
we don't know how to rescue our Colorado storage. I have played the logistics through right, left, and center, and I cannot figure out how to rescue things from that storage unit yet. Because it was packed up for a storage unit, not for transport by a moving company. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, let's let you get to sleep. We're gonna, I don't know, I think we're wired, but eventually we're gonna get to sleep here. Rue is
Rue's ready for bed.
I think Rue is that's his downstairs bed. He has an upstairs bed as well. He's spoiled. He's got a downstairs bed, an upstairs bed, a bed in the car, a bed in the truck, and then a spare bed that we haven't put anywhere.
Yes.
So, all right. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening ahead. Call in the angels, call in love, live in love. And we love you guys so much. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this?
Good night.
Woohoo! And someone said, where in Colorado? I said, is it Rifle, Colorado? Love you guys. Keep on shining bright.
No, that one's empty.
We emptied a storage unit. Woohoo! We can't just keep this going. But
Okay.
Basalt, Basalt, Colorado. Good night, everybody. Your stomach's talking. We've got to get you and baby Hannah some food. Love you guys. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad.